Yes. How are we all doing? Let's double check that I can hear it then. Welcome back to another stream, Mbappe stream. I never thought we'd actually do an Mbappe stream, but here we are. Hope you're all doing well. Hope all the people who went to the parade yesterday had a sick time. Me and LB were there. Obviously, Hugh did the watch along. Big up Hugh for that watch along.
I also watch along, bro. I know you said that the City stream was shit or something. I don't know what happened in it.
The watch along was sick. I was just chatting shit to the people for like 2.5 hours. But the City's coverage was just brutal. I have to say, City's coverage was just, yeah, it was crap, man. They showed us fuck all of the players on the buses and that kind of thing. It was just, I get they have like a structure and a schedule they have to stick to, like interviews and all that kind of thing. But there was too much of that, man. We just wanted to see the raw footage of the players enjoying themselves. We didn't see that, but it was all right. Like we saw 10 minutes of the players on the stage.
Yeah, that's a bit dead. And especially with it being delayed and everything as well. I mean, like, it was absolute chaos. Me and LB was next to each other at the front, police pushing us all back because they changed the route of the bus. It was just wild, man. It was wild. I tell you something though, Hugh. You'll be jealous of this one. Calvin Phillips poured champagne into mine and LB's mouth. Off the buzz into mine and LB's mouth.
That's sick. That's sick. I'm jealous, man. I'm jealous.
It's going up on the OnlyFans tonight.
Yeah. Pause. Yeah, pause. That was you. No way. Owen says, yeah. Well, some people seen us as well on TV, bro. On Sky News. On Sky News, someone's seen us. I only know that because I watched Hughes watch on back.
I know.
Yeah, some people in the chat were saying you were seen on TV. I thought you got interviewed. I was like, no way.
Oh, they didn't want to interview us. Anyway, we are here for a reason. We are here for Mbappe. It's on Bop, on PayPal, whatever you want to call him. He bombarded it last night. We seen it was in the pub and basically said that after his current deal ends, he wants to leave. Now, he has tweeted recently, about 15 minutes ago, half an hour ago, whatever it was. He has tweeted saying he does fully intend to stay at PSG next season. But that doesn't mean that this is... it's still the same... We are in the same position as the news said last night. He's not going to renew. That's what he's saying. And he was saying that they've known about this for a year now, PSG. He's basically just wrote to confirm what they already knew. So now we're in a situation. Well, now PSG obviously is stuck in a situation where they might be looking at selling him this year, or else he'll leave on a free.
Well, and this is why Kylian Mbappe's last contract was a stroke of genius for him, because you look at the deal that he got. I think he got a 2-year contract extension with the option for a 3rd year, but that 3rd year is only he decides basically where he gets the 3rd year, and it didn't really help PSG. PSG kind of needed to win the Champions League in the last 2 years, because now they look a little bit silly because he's on 72 million euros per week.
Wait, what?
Not per week, sorry, per year. Which is, what's that per week?
I was so confused. I looked at your face and it was deadly serious, and I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I'm not sure what that is per week. Maybe someone in the chat can let us know what 72.
When 100 mil for Mahrez was around 650k, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A week, so it'd be something heavy, won't it?
So it's like 500 grand a week, right? Something like that. And yeah, it's a madness, and it's not really worked out. So yeah, basically, apparently he's told PSG that he don't want to stay. So yeah, as you said, his contract ends next year. He has an option to extend that, but obviously, if he wants to leave, probably not going to extend it. So they've basically got to either get him to re-sign a new contract, which he might do, but he will hold them hostage for cash, or they sell him now, or they sell him in January.
They can't let him go on a free. They cannot let Kylian Mbappe go on a free.
The amount of money as well.
He's got a transfer market estimated value of 180 million euros. They can't let that go for free. That'd be horrendous.
He's backed them into a corner big time here. He's properly snookered PSG. He's saying, you either let me go now, and we can talk about what clubs could possibly go and get him. That's why we're having this stream, obviously. But you let me go now and someone comes and buys me, or else you're losing the biggest asset in world football for free in 12 months' time, which PSG obviously will be like, no, not a chance we can do that. So his contract that he signed most recently was an absolute masterstroke. It was such a mistake. We knew at the time from PSG to allow a player, doesn't matter who you are, to have that much power to hold the club to ransom like that. You cannot allow any player, doesn't matter how big or small they are, to hold the club to ransom, where he controls everything. He controls more than we're aware of in terms of even the logistics of the football club. Obviously, we know that from last year's jokes. But the fact that he can now bully PSG in a transfer situation is a massive concern and a massive mistake on their part.
Yeah, but this is the position that they put him in, and this goes back to the point that I made earlier. In that contract that was signed 2 years ago or whenever it was a great deal for Kylian Mbappe. Wasn't a great deal for PSG because all it did is to kick the can down the road. That's all they did. They kicked the can down the road. It wasn't a big contract. It wasn't a 5-year contract that would give them the power. It didn't. They gave him a 2-year contract. It wasn't a powerful deal for them. It was a powerful deal for Kylian Mbappe, and they are now in a bad situation. And Messi's obviously already left, and if he leaves in the summer as well, you got to look at PSG and go.
And Neymar as well. The rumours that Neymar wants, well, they don't want Neymar anymore. They can't lose all them players, man.
Well, this is the thing.
It's looking like the project's dying, isn't it?
The project never got out first game, man. You know what I mean? The project was to win the Champions League, and the project has failed. And the facts are, they bought the wrong players. They bought the wrong players. So, PSG will dust that league on, yeah. They'll dust it. But the Champions League, you need more than that. I mean, and we know that from past experience. You've got to be, you can't just be good. You've got to have something else about you, and that's work ethic and players chipping in, doing defensive work. And I'm sorry, but Mbappe, Messi, and Neymar just don't really do that too much. So they put themselves in a shitty situation, and it's going to be interesting to see now what happens because, of course, Real Madrid now they've lost Benzema. They were beaten by City in the Champions League. They were pretty poor in La Liga. They need to make a statement, and this just stinks of Real Madrid getting involved on a Kylian Mbappe deal. But would you guys even want Mbappe at City? I mean, I guess that's the topic of today's conversation. Do you even want Mbappe at City? Do you think he works hard enough?
Well,
or does that not matter when you're scoring 40 goals, 41 goals and 10 assists in 43 games?
That's mad, to be fair. I think he'd be all right at City. I think his work ethic would be right. I think he's just chilling there, innit? I think he'd have a wake up call, man. He'd have a wake up call and want to be like working hard under like Pep. I think he would go for it. The price is obviously an issue. That's where it'd fall down. But I don't even know what price tag you put on it. Brendan Silver, the two there, said Bernardo and Laporte and 35 million this off season. That's not enough. You're not gonna get Mbappe for Bernardo, Laporte, and 35 mil.
I think you're looking at more Bernardo, Laporte, and 100 mil. I think you're looking closer to that. It's going to be extortion.
Upwards of that, isn't it? Like it's a bit wild.
Well, if you say that he's probably worth about 190 million quid, right? Or you want to just round it up to 200, right? Yeah, Bernardo's probably 60 to 70 million. Laporte's probably 40 million. So yeah, you're probably still looking around somewhere 80 to 100 million quid, yeah.
Which is that's the only thing. That's the only.
And do you want this guy? Look what he's done to PSG.
Yeah, the ego is the thing where it'd have to be like, if City signed him, I'd trust that the club have spoke to him about that pre. Do you know what I mean? Because obviously you can't have that ego coming in and being like he is now.
I think Mbappe knows that anywhere he goes outside PSG, he's not going to get to behave like he is now. Even if he goes to Real Madrid, they won't allow him to behave like that. He goes to Manchester City. So he's kind of milking it while he's at PSG. Take a stupid amount of cash, 1.2, 1.3 million a week. bully the club while he's there, but he knows wherever he goes next, it's serious mode. You have to go back to being slightly more humble. You have to go back to being maybe the way you were at the beginning of your career, because the way he behaved at PSG is unacceptable. I mean, I also think anywhere he goes next, he's not going to get the wages he's on now. Real Madrid won't pay him 1.2, 1.3 million a week. We know Real Madrid have stupid cash. We know we have stupid cash. You know, Newcastle have stupid cash. Nobody's paying him that money. Nobody's going to give him those wages. So he can hang around at PSG and keep signing new contracts and getting those wages if he wants those wages. But if he wants a serious football project, he's going to have to lower his asking wage.
Yeah, but did you think that maybe, going back to a point that you just said then, about the way that he's behaved at PSG, do you not think that maybe he's behaved at PSG like that because they've allowed him to behave?
That's what I'm saying.
Like, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. They've basically said to him, here's a platform to behave whatever way you want. Here's the license. Here's the keys to the house. Here's the keys to the car. Here's my missus. You can have the whole lot, Kylian. You know what I mean? This is your ship now. But I think he knows when he moves on, he can't behave like that, or else he'll get a rude awakening when he goes somewhere else. I don't know. Either he believes this is the way he can behave because he's Kylian Mbappe and he can do what he wants, or else when he gets to a United, if they're bought by Qatar, a Real Madrid, because we know they want them, or if City managed to pull it off somehow or did it for whatever reason, he'd get a rude awakening. I know Real Madrid do like to get their Galacticos in. They like to, be seen as that club to get in the best of the best, but they still will not allow anybody to bully them. They didn't let Ronaldo behave certain ways. They own Ronaldo in more ways than Ronaldo probably could have been owned. If Ronaldo was at PSG, he could have behaved like Mbappe. All their top assets are still very much under the thumb of Florentino Perez. So you best believe Kylian Mbappe would be no different.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think he's going to be able to do what he does now at PSG or any other club. Patrick Carolus, yes, with a 5, says, yes, you pigeons. Big H head it down like a boss in his own. Now explain why I should even entertain this Mbappe nonsense. Thanks for another season. Yes, Patrick, mate. Love the support as always. Big H. That's a sick. Do you know what I mean? You got LB, Johnny Party, and Big H. The Big H.
That.
I mean, you get that in it for being the tallest one out of the three of us.
Well, it's only natural, me being the tallest, that I get the Big H tag. Yeah.
Osmodius with a 2 says, does this influence Bernardo's decision on PSG? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so either. The only thing that Bernardo, because the thing is though, right? It sounds kind of backwards, but the fact that Mbappe, Messi, and maybe Neymar are leaving PSG, it might end up helping them in the Champions League because they're getting rid of them big egos. They can get a team spirit, and they can build a team that can actually win the Champions League.
Build a team, not these like individual players in it.
They've got a FIFA team.
Yeah, it's ultimate team, isn't it? PSG's team is ultimate team.
And you can't do that in a Champions League. You've got to build a team that can do the hard stuff. I mean, look at the way we've been playing. Look at the way that we played against Inter Milan. You know what I mean? We ground it out. That's what you got to do, man. And this PSG team has proved over the last years that they're not able to do that. So, no, I don't think it impacts Bernardo's decision. If anything, it might make him. In fact, I mean, he did play with.
He played with Mbappe at Monaco, then.
Maybe he wants him to stay, but I don't think it impacts him. I think he just wants out of City now. Yeah. Jack Grealish did do his best job to try and keep him.
Do you think if City, we don't know, do City have any interest in Mbappe? That's bottom line. We actually don't know, do City have any interest in signing him? But say City are having conversations this morning. Obviously, all the big clubs in world football that could potentially afford this transfer, they're definitely all having the conversation. You best believe it's crossed Cheeky's mind, it's crossed Chaldean's mind. Could we make this happen? With Bernardo and PSG links, we know PSG really want Bernardo. Could this give us a slight advantage in a potential pursuit of Kylian Mbappe? I
mean, even if you took Bernardo out of the equation, we're still probably the most poised team to like afford Mbappe. With the fact of everything that we've just won, prize money that alone pays for Mbappe, that's not even taken into account all like what the club makes. So I think we're probably the best club in the world to afford him. However, I still don't think we'll get him in it, but we can afford him 100%, even though it's dollar. But like, put it this way, the club was looking at spending like over £100 million on Jude Bellingham. The club might see this as an opportunity to go and get another one of the best players in the world, or the best.
We're also in the market for a winger, apparently.
Yeah, we're in the market. And as well, someone just put it in the chat a second ago, and Mbappe stated like numerous times before that he doesn't want to play as an out-and-out striker. He wants to play as a winger with a more recognised number 9 up there. So imagine a situation where you get Mbappe and Haaland in the same team.
It's kind of mad how he doesn't want to play as a striker because he's played 199 times as a striker and scored 163 goals with 82 assists. So it's not bad.
Yeah, it's not like he ain't no shit striker. It's not like he can't do it.
So I'm not entirely sure why I don't want to play as a striker, but because obviously we'd be buying him as a right winger, and that's his least played position, only by 4 matches actually. He's played 57 times as a right winger, scoring 28 goals and getting 20 assists. I just think with Mbappe on the right hand side, being able to whip that ball in first time for Haaland,
right, it's like the stuff of dreams, isn't it? Like that'd be incredible.
You know the way we were celebrating the other year how without our number 9 we scored 100 goals as a team. I think Mbappe and Haaland alone would probably get close to 100 goals in our team. Just the two of them.
I reckon it'd be them two fighting each other for the top goals in the season.
It'd be a cheat code.
What do you say?
It'd be a cheat code, a total cheat code.
Yeah. But like I say, the attitude has to be there. I think to get that up. Now, obviously, the other team that is always in there is Real Madrid. I think that's where his preferred destination probably still is. Now, at Real Madrid, he would have to be the out-and-out striker, wouldn't he? Because he'd be Benzema's replacement, I guess.
I mean, how do Real Madrid turn around to Vinicius and say, you know, you've been smashing it. You're one of 2 of the best wingers in world football, you and Mbappe, but you're now on the bench, or we're going to find you a new position. We're just giving you the number 7 shirt.
You wouldn't be able to. You'd have to say to Mbappe, "I'm sorry, you have to be a striker." I know you don't want to be a striker. But
you'd have to say in it when they're signing Mbappe, they'd have to be like, "Look, we can't put you on the wing here. If you want to join Real Madrid, the only place for you is as a striker because that's what we need. So if you're willing to play there, we'll get you."
Unless maybe he wants to play on the right wing, but then you've kind of got the same issue a little bit with Rodrigo. And obviously Valverde can play there as well.
Morel says 7 is free at City as well. Oh yeah, it's Cancelo's number, innit?
I don't know if I want him, man. Like, I know it's a difficult one. It's a difficult one because you do get problems. You do have problems with ego, and wages can cause friction in the camp. And do we really need him?
I think it could throw a spanner in the works if we went and got Mbappe, but if anything popped off, I think I'd just back it. I think I'd just be like, you know what? Let's see what happens. We just won a treble, innit? I feel like at the top of the game now, innit? So now I feel like, yeah, fuck it, do what you want.
True. Vibes.
Vibe. Straight vibing, innit? Fuck it, let's get Mbappe, see if it works. I mean, like nothing would piss off football fans more than us winning a treble and then buying Mbappe. Like, that is just shitbaggery. Everyone would be like, you're ruining the league. Everyone would say Farmers League 100%. But it, like I say, I think the actual possibility of this is very low. Like, there's no links, but it's like Hugh said, it's a conversation that the board and that will be having, because everyone who can afford him will be having the conversation. G-Way, yes, with a 2 says, don't we get like 250 million plus for winning the treble? Yeah, is it like it's close to 3?
Yeah, it's like 297 million or something like that.
Yeah, which is like 294. That's mad. 294. Yeah. Patrick Thompson with a 2 says, no thanks. The last thing City need is a huge ego. He's actually put a Hugh ego. You got that big ego, Hugh?
Give me the keys to City Xtra, man.
Joe when you rang us and said that one time, me and LB were out and Hugh was steaming, and then rang both me and LB separately and asked for the keys to City Xtra. He wanted the login to the YouTube so he could go live, and LB was like, no. Like, I was like, yo, I don't have it. And LB was like, nah, mate, you ain't getting this.
This is why LB is the sensible one. This is why LB is like the father figure. He keeps the house in order.
You should be thanking LB for that, because if you'd have gone live at that time,
yeah.
Me and LB get home and City Xtra's been cancelled completely. Like, we've been channel deleted. Taj Ali with a 7 months. Yes, mate. He says Edison, Stones, Diaz, Gvardiol, Rico Lewis, Rodri, Simmons, Foden, Grealish, Mbappe, Haaland. Just a dream. Is that too many players? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. No, it's not. Stones, Diaz, Gvardiol, and Rico Lewis. That'd be pretty mad. Xavi Simmons is someone that everyone talks about as well. He was at PSG, innit?
Yeah, and
he's now at PSV.
Yeah, apparently PSG have a buyback clause though.
Oh, did they? And to be fair, he has been slamming it, so they'll probably activate that.
So there's a chance there that they will activate it. Apparently Arsenal are interested in him as well. But yeah, I know a lot of people in the chat, a lot of you guys watching the stream, like Xavi Simmons, you want City to go for him. He's got a transfer market value of 30 million euros. So it'll be interesting to see. I don't know what the deal would be there. Like, what is the clause? What is the PSG clause? Would they activate that? Would that cause some issues? Don't know.
Yeah. OG got him dope with a 5. Says, inject it into my veins. LB, you can't say no to Mbappe, bruh. It's Mbappe. Top 2 players in the world on City's team. Are you Mbappe in or Mbappe out, bro?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I think like I'm kind of.
If Pep rang you now and was like, "Hello, Hugh. Yeah, cheers."
I'd be like, "What are you ringing me for? I'm live, mate. Stop ringing me. I'm live."
Yeah, you'd button it. You'd be like, "Delete my number. I'm too famous for you." If Pep rings you now and he's like, "Yes, lad, Wegs, bray, you have the decision: Mbappe to City or no Mbappe to City. See, sign Mbappe or nah." That's what he says.
Yeah, sign him. Yeah, fuck it, go on.
Yeah, fuck it, go on. Phone down. That's the conversation. What about you, bro?
Right.
Pep brings you in it. He's decided he doesn't trust Hugh's opinion and he's giving it you, bro.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Boy, he's waiting, in it. He's on the phone now. He's waiting for you.
I just feel, I don't know. I don't know, man. I'm flipping a coin. Honestly, I'm flipping a coin. I don't know. Like, for the vibes, yeah, but it could stink the gaff out, man.
It could.
Too many. There could be like an ego problem there. You know what I mean? Imagine when he loses the ball against United and he doesn't track back.
Yeah.
Or he goes in for a tackle faint-hearted and he doesn't full send a tackle. Just puts his foot in.
Yeah, I mean, it's a recipe for disaster, definitely.
I also just think, like, on a slightly more personal note for the likes of Haaland and Mbappe, is it within their interest? I definitely think they think of these things. Is it within their interest to ever play together? I think purely for commercial reasons, it's within their interest to play against each other, go head-to-head for everything, Ballon d'Ors, golden boots, trophies, the whole lot. The same way Messi versus Ronaldo, they're going head-to-head for everything for years and years and years. And it just builds so much hype and conversation and commercializes everything. I think if you played them together, Haaland and Mbappe, it may lower things to them a little bit on a commercial level. I think their entourage will be telling them, you need to go head-to-head. You need to be competing against each other.
Yeah, Messi, Ronaldo vibes, innit? Do you know what I mean? Play both sides. A lot of cash in it. Brandon Garcia with a 5 says, I would do it just so Real Madrid don't get their hands on him. And I would look forward to the Oil Club banter. Yes, Brandon. He's full sending. Johnny DeJesus with a 5 says, Bernardo Silva plus cash. Number 7 shirt is available at City. City are in the market for a winger. Best winger in football available. Do it, Pep. Pep can handle it.
Yeah, I guess there's 2 sides to this, right? There's the one where, I guess there's maybe 3 sides. Okay, so the first one is we need a winger, sign him. The second thing is he's mint, so sign him. But the third thing is we've got a squad at the moment and a team that's capable of going on and doing another treble next year.
Yeah, that's true.
And do we want to risk it by signing someone that could disrupt it? I guess this is the same thing with Neymar, isn't it? We've had this same conversation with Neymar. Yeah. But what's weird? I'm more open to Neymar than I am Mbappe.
Nah, I'm not.
Which is, I know it's weird. I am. I don't know why.
Yeah,
I'd rather have Neymar than Mbappe. I don't know. I know that's backwards. I know that's cooked. I know that's a terrible opinion, but it is, man.
I mean, she's very open and honest about her own opinion there, but I mean, maybe it's because we've never put thoughts into the Mbappe thing ever properly because it seems unrealistic. Whereas apparently they want to get rid of Neymar, but surely if they lose Mbappe, they don't want to they'll want to keep Neymar, won't they?
For me, Neymar just poses all the same problems we've outlined as Mbappe, except he's older. He's going to have an ego. He's not going to track back against United in a derby like you've just said. He's going to demand massive wages as well. He's going to have all the same personal, like I said, ego and believe he's the boss as well. But he's older, just the older model.
Yeah, but I think the being older, that's probably a better thing because he's now running out of time. You know what I mean? So he could come to City, yeah, and you can say to Neymar, Pep Guardiola could say to Neymar, right, we're signing you on a 3 or 4 year contract. This is it. This is the last club that you will ever have to show your talent because after this, you're probably going to go Saudi or something. But you can't say that to Mbappe.
No, but as a Neymar won a Champions League before.
Yeah, he's won the Champions League.
Yeah, so he's not too arsed. Mbappe's
Nah,
still got that hunger.
I think he's arsed because he should have been one of the best players of all time.
That ship sailed, bro. That's gone. But
if he comes to City, you can say to him, "This is the last chance that you have to show the world your true quality." And then you know what I mean. Whereas Mbappe,
Like his final bow out, innit?
Yeah, so you say to him, you have to do what I say. You have to work hard. You have to do this because otherwise you won't get in the team, and that's it. Your career's over because after this contract, you'll be going Saudi. I mean, whereas Mbappe can't say that to Mbappe because he's only 24. You can't say to Mbappe, "Listen, I would sign you on a 4 year contract. You need to do what I say because after this, you're done." Because he's like, "No, I'm not. I'm 28. I'm in my peak. I'll go somewhere else."
No, but what you can say to Mbappe is, listen, you fucked around in France now for a few years. You showed you don't particularly care that much. This is where you click into gear. This is where you could really make a legacy, a dynasty. You're a World Cup winner. You can now go on to win multiple Champions Leagues, which Neymar didn't do. You could cement yourself up there with Messi's and Ronaldo's because you've got a long-term legacy to build. And you could click Mbappe into gear. Listen, I watched Neymar's documentary on Netflix. Go and watch that, man. You learn enough about Neymar's personality in that documentary alone. The amount of things he says that are red flags is unbelievable. About his opinions towards authority, his opinions towards people who offer him advice, and how he doesn't care what anybody says except for him and his father. It's bad attitude, man. I have a feeling he'd come in and he just wouldn't care for Pep Guardiola. At least Mbappe could say, right, Pep's been around a long time. He's won a huge amount, and he's clearly got the blueprint to make me a successful player long term, the same way he did for Lionel Messi. Give me the same platform he gave Lionel Messi.
Interesting.
I mean, there's shouts for both sides, isn't it? Like, I've done a poll in the chat, and it's currently Mbappe that is winning.
By both.
By both. I'm leaning. LB's kind of. I don't know. I mean, LB got that +1 of convince. I'm leaning that way on the basis that Neymar's last kind of like hoorah, innit? Hoorah! I've never said that in my life.
And here you can say to him, all right, and you don't respect authority, well, look, well, that's got you.
Yeah, and he says, listen, I'm not playing the Champions League quarterfinals, semi-finals. I'm busy in February and March. And you say, what the fuck? This is the kind of guy you're dealing with, man. He just doesn't play in certain
No, they're both knobs, though, aren't they? They're both knobs.
Yeah,
they're both
the lesser of two evils.
Yeah.
You're trying to argue here who's the bigger knobhead and which knobhead can you revert from being a knobhead.
But I think I can get Neymar to not be a knobhead over Mbappe.
Someone put LB in contact with Neymar and let LB tell him what is required to be a Man City player. That's what we need.
Yeah. I think I can get it, Neymar. I think I can get it, Neymar, man.
Yeah. So someone drop Neymar's number in it. Mib says yeah and stream it. My brain's just logged off a second. Hang on. Dun. Massam, yes, it's Massam with a 9-month says next season for vibes only. Whatever wild dreams you have, speak out and shape man soul will give you. C-sign Mbappe, Neymar, Messi, or nah. I mean, we can't get Messi in it, but Mbappe and Neymar seemingly on the market. Flaws with the two says, is it possible Madrid sign Mbappe and we get Vinicius?
Well, I mean, he's only got 1 year left on his contract, Vinicius. I've not kept up to date with any developments on that one, on the contract situation, but I'm pretty sure he's not signed a new contract yet.
I've not seen his own new contract yet. However, I did see, just because like the whole racism stuff that he had to deal with, I did see like apparently that he still wants to stay at Madrid, so I think he'll get that sorted. The guy is
Plus,
self-professed Madrid stuff.
plus, he's a left winger, innit? We need a right winger, man.
Yeah, we need a right wing, don't we?
I think Valverde would be a great option
Yeah,
because he can play midfield, he can play on the wing. He's kind of like the Bernardo Silva replacement.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
He is the closest thing probably to Bernardo Silva that we could find. He works extremely hard. He can play on the wing. He can play in the midfield. Got quality on the ball, but they won't sell him. And he's got a big contract. I'm pretty sure he's contracted until like 2027 or 2028 or something. So it's gonna be difficult. But I mean, you know, is he going to get in the team next year? I mean, how will Real Madrid line up next year? So it'll be, is Tchouaméni going to start playing the CDM? Like properly, like week in, week out. So Tchouaméni, Camavinga, Jude Bellingham. Would that be the midfield? Surely that's got to be the midfield.
You think Modric should still dip about in there, wouldn't you?
Yeah. Modric will be in there as well. So on the left wing, it'll be Vinicius. Say Mbappe goes up top, and then it'll be Valverde or Rodrigo on the right.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't know. I think you know.
Yeah, Bellingham,
I love him, man.
Bellingham, Cruz, Modric. They'd be them kind of like different things, but then it's a weird one. I'd rate signing Valverde. I really like him. I really like him. I think he'd be sick in the City side as well.
I couldn't see them letting him go because he's so versatile.
Yeah.
I think they're more likely, as mad as it is, to let go of one of Vinicius or Rodrigo if they're to bring in Mbappe.
Would you take Rodrigo?
Yeah, I would take Rodrigo.
I rate Rodrigo. I think he's all right.
The only thing.
Fair, Vinicius or Mbappe?
What?
That's it.
Say again.
Who would you prefer, Vinicius or Mbappe?
Just on off player, I think Vinicius because he comes with less baggage. But for City, we need someone who can play right wing.
Then Mbappe doesn't play right wing either, does he?
No, but he can play right wing.
Has it been? Don't Vinicius switch though? Sometimes he switches and goes on the right side. Don't he? He did it against us. Him and Rodrigo like rotating when they it didn't really work well, but
but like properly,
like proper right wing. Yeah.
I'd take Rodrigo. I don't think it's guaranteed to be a hit because obviously we've seen these type of signings before, and it cost a lot of money. I don't know. I would take him. Yeah, I would take him. Though. He's a great player, isn't he?
Brandon says with the 5, Hugh, it's for you this world. It says, would we automatically win the Champions League if he signed for City? I think he's on about Mbappe.
No, I don't think so. I don't think.
I don't think signing players guarantees that you win Champions Leagues.
Exactly. Look at PSG with Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe, and the guy's never won it.
No, there's no guarantees.
So the question, the answer to that, the only answer to that can be no because he's never won it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Off Meta Professor with a 2 says Pep wanted Mbappe when Mbappe was at Monaco. That's pretty mad.
Yeah, that is true.
Pretty mad.
But apparently he didn't want to come to the Premier League / England / Manchester. I don't know which one it was, but yeah, I think he just wants the easy life, man. I think he just wants the easy life. You know what I mean? I'll go PSG, chilling, easy league. You know what I mean? And basically PSG just turning up for what? The Champions League.
Yeah. Because
if you're a PSG player, you don't turn up. You just turn up for the Champions League. That's it. You're basically right. You're going to win the league because you just will win the league. You basically turn up for 13 games a season.
Yeah, it clearly doesn't work, can it? Because they don't want it.
Yeah, don't work.
Dave Soul with a 21 months said, yes, lads, I still can't believe we did it. Trouble. It's so beautiful. Thank you for your amazing content / videos all season. Up the Blues. Yes, Dave Soul, mate. Massively appreciated. Mass with a 2 also says, you win the Champions League with your defence. City's proved that. Yeah,
I'd agree. And I think you can say that again about Real Madrid last year. If you look at their defence in the final, especially Courtois, I think it proves defence keeps you in it, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is true. Now, Winger talk will continue all this window until we find out concrete information of who we're going to get. Obviously, this is a bit of an off one because we just randomly did the Mbappe thing because it popped last night. But the chance of the Mbappe thing, obviously, at this moment in time is dead. But there will be a lot more winger talk. A lot more winger talk because we are looking at wingers. So it's going to be a weird one. It's going to be weird to when to see the way City go down it. But hopefully it's a right-footed right winger.
Yeah. That would be the ideal scenario.
That's amazing. That Dash Bro thinks he's Mario. I know, I've just realised how long this bit is and I was just curling it up like that. But a lot of people are spamming Nabry in the chat.
Nah,
Well, apparently they're willing to sell Nabry, Sane, and Mane.
Yeah, I think I'd sign him as a backup, but I wouldn't sign him as my starter. I don't think it's good enough.
I just think it's Sane season, mate. Would you have Sane?
Do you think there's a reality
Sane
to
or
it?
Mbappe if you had a choice?
Oh,
It's hard, that one, isn't it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know though.
It's hard because
if you're comparing two completely different players there.
Yeah,
completely
there's
different players.
different moves in it.
I think for vibes, Mbappe. For serious talk, Sané.
Yeah, realistic wise, it's more Sane, isn't it?
Yeah.
Varzi with a 5 says we could win up to 7 trophies next year. That's insane. Super Cup, Community Shield, Carabao, Club World Cup, FA Cup, Premier League, and Champions League. Easy for us, he
Got the
says.
Community Shield.
Yeah, he's got that on there. He's got that on there. Super Cup, Community Shield, Carabao, Club World Cup, FA Cup, Prem, Champs. 7. 7-tuple incoming. Is it called a 7-tuple? No. A sept-tuple, innit? Because it's a sextuple and a septuple, I think. Anyway, that's pretty mad. Imagine we won all them. And Flaws, yes, welcome back to the Xtra Club, mate. Massively appreciated. Andy Barlow called it a pep-tuple, by the way, if we win all them. All right, right then. Anything else?
Nah. Yeah, but it will be interesting to see if he goes Real Madrid. I think Real Madrid need him or Kane. They have to get him or Kane because I don't fear Real Madrid at all, man. At all. Just don't. We battered them last year. We beat them this year. They need to get Kane or Mbappe. If they don't, they'll be dead food, man. I reckon they'll be dead food next year.
Dead food.
I've seen rumours apparently they want Lautaro Martinez.
Ah, that's weird.
Kai Havertz.
Yeah, Havertz, Lautaro Martinez. I mean, what is happening to this football club? This once great establishment.
They're not Real Madrid players, man. They're not Real Madrid signings. They don't strike the fear of God into anybody.
That's what I'm saying. They have to get Kane. They have to get Mbappe. If they don't, they're going to seriously struggle next year.
I think that's where they'll go, though. I think that's where he'll end up. I feel like it's the most realistic destination for him. Obviously, for people before as well, people were saying that Mbappe has confirmed that it's all lies and it's not true. That's wrong. He's still leaving at the end of this contract. That's what he's basically saying. He wants to be at PSG next season. But if that happens, then PSG run the risk of him leaving for free.
He knows what he's doing, man. He knows exactly where he's at.
And I don't think PSG are willing to take that risk. Because that's a heavy risk to take. How much do you reckon he goes for? I mean, at one point they rejected £180 million, didn't they?
Yeah, I mean, the problem is that they're in this position, right, where realistically it's only going to be United with the Qatari money or Real Madrid, right? City aren't going to go for this guy. So say United don't want him, so it's only Real Madrid. Real Madrid could just be like, you know what, 150 million quid. And then PSG will start laughing at them. And then go, 150 million is worth about 250 million. And go, is it really? Right. And okay, well, we'll come back next year and get him on a free transfer. So
yes,
they're in a really bad position. And this is why I said right at the start of the stream that PSG have been murked by this contract that he signed 2 years ago because he just kicked the can down the road. They're in the same position. Because Real Madrid, I just said, right, Real Madrid, I think they'll be in the mud if they don't get Kane or Mbappe. Only for 1 year, though. So if you're Real Madrid, you go, okay,
Allow a year.
PSG want 250 million. We only want to spend 180 million. Do we pay the 250 million, or do we wait 1 year, get him on a free transfer, and then have a 250 million pound asset sat on our books for free?
Yeah, it's pretty mad, isn't it?
So PSG then in a situation, and if Real Madrid do that, and Real Madrid are like, nah, we'll come back next year and get him on a free transfer, PSG then have to decide either A, lower the transfer fee, B, offer a new contract to Mbappe, but that's only going to kick the can down the road, or C, lose him on a free transfer. That's it. What else can they do?
They're in such a difficult position. Do you think any other team other than, I thought obviously like you say, other than United, do you think any other Premier League team could go get him?
Chelsea could try, but he's not in the Champions League.
It does smell like Ted Bowley. It smells like a Ted
Does he
Bowley,
give a fuck
doesn't
about the Champions League? Does he care? This is the problem with Mbappe. Like, he's giving off a bad aura, man, where he's so good, but it's like, does he actually care? What's he in football for? Is it the money? Is it the fame? Is it glory? But if it was glory, surely he wouldn't have stayed at PSG.
Yeah.
So that might be a bit unfair because they did have Messi and Neymar, so you could understand why he signed the contract. But I don't know. This is the problem with Mbappe, man.
What about Newcastle signing Mbappe? Is it Eder?
Not possible. I think apparently someone said that they've got FFP restrictions and they can't spend a lot of money. Only can spend like 100 million quid apparently this summer.
75 million is the max.
Is that it? Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's pretty mad.
They got to earn the cash first.
Right. Just before we wrap up, have you seen this thing about the FA Cup, by the way?
No.
City have lost the lid.
No way.
Apparently, this is on Twitter. Apparently, there's a rumor going about that City have lost the lid of the FA Cup because no one's seen it for ages.
It's definitely in some random bloke's house in Manchester somewhere right now.
Someone's wearing it as a hat, and it's probably. I guarantee somewhere Grealish will just have it. It'll be in his bag or something. But apparently that's who it was last seen with as well, Jack Grealish. On Sunday. It's now Tuesday and they've not seen the lid. That is wild.
That is mad.
FA Cup has a lid. Yeah, it's got like a pointy lid.
Yeah, it's a dead thing as well because it always comes off. Like
Falls off, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Usually you see him wearing a hat. There's a picture of Tevez wearing it as a hat.
Mm-hmm.
But then, yeah, pretty mad. Anyway, like I say, it's only a rumor. They'll find it somewhere. Other than that, I think that's Mbappe talk. That's your season. That's your season of Mbappe talk in a stream because I doubt we'll get something. I doubt we'll get something else to do with City this summer. But if it does, then it'll pop off. Pop off. So
agreed.
Is what it is. Eileen says trolley talk. I mean, LB did too much trolley talk last night. Yeah, that's it. Anything else? Anything else to say? Any other news? We will be bringing you loads of transfer news, obviously, now that the season is finished. And like we said yesterday, Jack Gorn has just been popping them off now, isn't it? We've been waiting for like the City sources to start saying things, and it's seemingly looking likely that they've woke up. And now that the Champions League's done, they're doing that. So obviously we've got things to look out for: Bernardo's future, Laporte's future, okay, Gundogan's future, and obviously the search for our wingers, midfielders, defenders. So make sure you subscribe to the channel, keep your notification bell turned on so you know that when we go live. Yeah. Other than that, I guess we'll see in a bit.
Yeah.
Oh wait, before OG Go Mdopa said LB has an agenda against Mbappe. I swear. Agenda, bro, or nah?
No, I wouldn't say it's an agenda. I like Mbappe. I think he's probably second best player, if not the best player in the world. But not necessarily desperate for him to be a Manchester City player.
I'm not on my knees for Mbappe.
I wouldn't say that's an agenda. It's just a personal preference about Mbappe. I just don't think he'd suit our sort of club.
Yeah. It doesn't seem.
I don't think that's an agenda. I just don't think it suits. I don't think it's a fit.
Yeah, it doesn't seem a fit. And Katie Turner with a 3 month says, "Are they changing the Champions League format next season?" Yes.
Yeah. We'll do a separate video on that.
Yeah, we'll do like a proper video of the new format of the Champions League and stuff. But yeah, massively appreciated, and we'll catch you in a bit.